Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we have another weekly forecast, Nifty weekly forecast program for you guys, where we'll be looking at markets and try to predict where the markets could go for the upcoming week. So last week, as we have analyzed Nifty, I had drawn these trend lines last week also. You can go check that video out in case you missed it. So last week when on the daily charts, this was the flag pattern I drew. This was a bull flag kind of pattern, a consolidation phase, and markets were around these areas. This was the end of the last week. So what happened this week? Markets opened gap up and then showed huge buying momentum, very good momentum for the first 2, 3, 4 days, and then on the expiry, markets were volatile and sideways, and then on a Friday, we saw a huge crash. So what were the reasons behind it? Let's recap and go through those first. So what happened was, this was 26th of April, as we could see that market was taking support at this trend line we had drawn, and then market was headed towards the upper resistance trend line. So as per our expectations, markets should have halted their move here. But what happened was, markets actually gave a closing above the resistance trend line. They closed at a very strong position above the resistance trend line. So at this point, after giving a daily closing above the trend line, this was the time when, on the medium term at least, the view would have turned bullish for many traders, right? After this steep gain for 3 to 4 sessions in a row, and then closing at a very strong level on Wednesday, put many traders on a bullish mindset. And on the expiry, we had said that market has gained for 3 to 4 days in a row, and now it needs time to cool down. If you observe the RSI here, RSI went above 75 also. 70 is considered an overbought range, but 75 is even more. So the probability of a slight pullback or a slight consolidation for a couple of sessions was expected. Obviously, markets cannot keep going up day after day, right? So that's what happened on Thursday. They expired pretty much flat, and then on a Friday, a very unexpected crash of sorts. So FII started selling again in the markets after 3 to 4 days of continuous buying by the FIIs. They sold in huge quantities, about 3,000 plus crores. So this came as a surprise again, because if this made us believe that the buying had resumed in FIIs, but then this has happened on Friday. So what can we do next? So again, as it turns out, this breakout was clearly a fake breakout, a trap of sorts. And then the next levels, we can look at the charts and see are on the medium time frame, on, like, let's say 2 to 3 weeks. On the charts, this is the next possible outcome. This is the obvious one. The support of the the bull flag would be tested again, and that is the obvious outcome on the outset. What has also happened? The corona On the fundamental front, corona situation has deteriorated further, and also in the West Bengal elections, BJP failed to win the elections, which means a negative for the markets, because markets would tend to take, when the central government and the state government are formed by the same party, then that is perceived as a good sign by the markets, as the policies would be in favor of policies of the state would be in favor with the central, and they'll be working on the same lines, right? So there could be, again, this has been happening multiple times on Mondays, huge gap downs. So this could happen again tomorrow as well. We could see a gap down of 1% or so, or even more probably. So how do you react to this? On an intraday basis, you can check out our Telegram channel. We posted our analysis there, and also on our YouTube channel we post our daily analysis, so you can see what to do on an intraday basis. On a positional basis, as we discussed, this is where our next targets would be. So markets could arrive back at these levels again, 14,200 or below. And if you look at Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty gave us a good breakout. So Bank Nifty was underperforming Nifty for the last couple of months, or last month or so, and then after that, Bank Nifty showed a good rally. It broke the resistance trend line it was forming. This white line, the resistance trend line, it broke it decisively very well and then gave huge momentum upside. And then on the charts, this just looks like a minor pullback of sorts. So now everything will depend on if this 33,200 to 33,300, this level, if this is held, then we can take this as just a lower high and markets could go higher. In case this is broken, in case markets open below this level, then we would see a fall again where markets could take support at this trend line which was broken. Now this resistance trend line would act as support. So this is the major level right here of the previous lows, just above 30,500 or so. That level would be the next support, the crucial support, in case markets open with a huge gap down and break this 32,000 level. So on the index level, this was the view. And then now let's look at some stocks. I've prepared a watch list of 8 stocks here that you can trade for the next 1 or 2 or 3 weeks for swing trades basically. So the reason I'm giving you a high number of stocks is not everybody is comfortable trading every setup. So I will try to give you 3-4 variety of setups, and you can trade on what you are comfortable with and what you think could be a winning trade. So the first stock here, UPL. So if I go on the daily time frames, UPL has been forming a rising wedge sort of patterns, right? This was the pattern and this was broken here. This was the point it was broken at, and then it is retesting the trend line now, the broken trend line. And also if you observe the RSI here, this is the RSI indicator, I can observe RSI divergence here because see price is forming a new high here, a higher high, but the RSI has come down and formed a lower high. So this is a classical example of a bearish RSI divergence, and this is a good reversal pattern. So along with this trend line and break could be a good trade for here, short sell trade for us with targets around these areas of 530 where the previous support exists. And also the 200 EMA could also move around these areas only to give support to the stock. So this was one stock, and the next stock we'll look at Jubilant Food. So Jubilant Food, as you can see already from the trend lines I've drawn here, so this was the rising channel pattern it was forming. This is a very long term support trend line, so this will be very crucial for us because the longer it has been forming for, the more important it is. And this is the resistance trend line I've drawn on the top, this one right here on the daily time frames. Now again I observed here that price has formed a new low from here till here, but then if I observe the RSI is very close, but if you see closer, RSI here is 37.5 and RSI here is 38. So you can see that RSI has gone up whereas the price has come down and formed a new low. So this is an example of a bullish divergence. In the previous example we saw a bearish divergence, this is a bullish divergence. So this is a good sign of reversal. Price has already shown some momentum already. And now on the 1 hour time frame, this is a 1 hour time frame. So you can see that price in the channel it was forming, price has come down and now it has gone up to the resistance trend line. This is the trend line it is forming right now. If this trend line is broken through decisively, or you can say, or if price closes on a daily basis over this trend line, we can see price move up to this trend line again, this resistance again. So we have a potential profits of about 16 to 17%. So this is a very good probability setup because it is going with the trend. It has confirmation with RSI divergence as well, and a trend line break would further our probabilities. Next is the Cient. So for this week, IT sector might do well because again, if corona fears set in, IT would be the sector which would outperform markets. So in case this is what happens as per the expectations, markets, the corona fear comes back again and markets come into a bearish mode again. In case markets come into a bearish mode, I would suggest that you guys observe the markets on Monday and then try to decide which direction markets are going in. Now I think markets would come bearish, but if Monday again another breakout happens of sorts, then obviously I will change my stance, right? So this is the pattern that Cient was forming, and it had closed above, and on Thursday it has closed above with good buying volumes, and then on Friday it has retested that trend line with a doji candle. So again markets are in an indecision. It has broke through, and now markets are in indecision. In case IT sector does well, this indecision will obviously turn into a bullish phase, right? So trend line break, trend line retest, and further up move. So this is the expectation for Cient. And next, Hindalco. So Hindalco, as you can see, it has been in a consolidation, and it has been forming a rising wedge pattern of sorts. Now again, very similarly, but even more evident here, price has been gone up, forming higher highs, whereas RSI has a steep decrease. It's not even a small decrease, it's a steep decrease all the way from 84 down to 60, 50 levels. So this is again a very high probability setup here, because we have confirmation from RSI as well as the charts. So the next targets for this could be where you could draw this trend line right here, resistance, broken, turned into support and went up. So price could come back to this resistance level again, around 340 levels would be good targets. In case 340 is broken, our next targets would be 310. I think this is one of the best setups in today's videos right here. And the next stock, Granules. You can see that price has been forming a bull flag of sorts. This is the bull flag that it had been forming, and then price, if you can observe the 200 EMA closely, so what happened was price shot up, 200 EMA slowly caught up to the price now, and price consolidated here, and now 200 EMA and price have come somewhat close to each other. So if you can go and check out our previous video on how to tell if when the consolidation phase would end. So this is what was explained in the video. Once price shoots up, 200 EMA slowly catches up to it, and when the consolidation would intersect with the 200 EMA, that is when we can see the next up move. That is when the probabilities are high. So in case this resistance trend line is broken into and gives a daily closing above it, so on the 1 hour time frame, this looks sort of like a symmetrical triangle, and if this trend line is broken and it gives me a daily closing above this trend line, I would be willing to go long on this for a swing trade. My time frame would be maybe 1 week, or even more than 1 week, 2 weeks maybe. So that was Granules. Now let's look at L&T Housing Finance. So the reason for this stock is it is at a very important support level. It is lying at a very important support level. See, reason number 1, you can see this head and shoulders pattern, right? Reason number 2, this obvious support level, it has around 87 or so. Reason number 3, it has the 200 EMA also. The 200 EMA price shot up and is now consolidated, and now the 200 EMA has caught up with the price. Now what makes this trade very interesting is, in case of a gap down on Monday, if there is a gap down, what could happen to the stock? This support would be broken, this 200 EMA would be broken, this head and shoulders pattern, all three would be confirmed. So we can expect the next support for this price near 75 or so. So that is, and this could happen with quick momentum. So this could 7 to 10% potential here, right here, if the price breaks these supports with a gap down opening, or even if it gives a daily closing below this. So this was L&T Housing Finance, and now we have Asian Paints here. Asian Paints is at a crucial make or break level. So you can see that this is the support trend line, resistance trend line forming a symmetrical triangle. If it breaks on the upside, 2900 would be around 2900 would be the targets, but it is most likely to break on the downside, most likely. Okay, mark my words again. So again, because it had shown, it had formed a very bearish candle on Friday, and the chances are it breaks price breaks and then reaches these levels again of previous support, and also the 200 EMA would also support it at these levels. At around 2300 would be our targets in case this support trend line is broken. In case the resistance trend line is broken and we get a daily closing above that, then we will have to observe price action around these levels again, because this is another important resistance zone, as you can see. So I will not be highly interested if it's a break on the upside. If it's a breakdown, then I'd be interested in shorting the stock. The last stock, Maruti Suzuki. Maruti Suzuki on the fundamental side has given results. There were poor results. They were below expectation, market expectations. And now auto sector in general has given, most of the companies in auto sector have given poor results. So on Monday there would most probably be a gap down opening in these areas, and this area is a very important support level. So the movement of price in these areas would be interesting. In case this support is broken, then Maruti would be in trouble, but it is unlikely because price has already corrected a lot from the highs. So from the highs, price has corrected more than 20%. So Maruti Suzuki, obviously, as you all know, is a very good company. Investors would be waiting at the lower levels to get into the stock. So in case price opens gap down around these levels and sustains there for 1 or 2 days, then I would draw this trend line on the lower time frames. I come to my 1 hour time frames. This is the trend line that's been forming, and if it gives a daily closing above this, I'll be willing to go long. But this would be a risky trade because the general sentiment in the auto sector is bearish for now. So this is more of an investment in a very good, fundamentally very strong company. So that was it for today's episode of Nifty Weekly Forecast. So hope you guys make money along with us, and if this video helped you, like, share and subscribe. Thank you.